producer.
Hey, I'm looking for Mrs. Bubblegum. Yeah, you know I need the sweet love, cocoa butter kisses that I could only dream of. Making people want the love we have when they see us. I love ya, I want ya, girl, I really need ya. Is it real? Is it real? See, I don't wanna question it. Is it real? Is it real? I think that's a definite. I thank God every day, cause yeah, she really heaven sent. See, God don't make mistakes. My baby's really evidence. Kisses on the cheek that I can't get enough of. You keep the smile on my face from sun up to sun up. I take you out on dates and I could buy you roses. See, I know this ain't perfection, but this really the closest. The fussing and the fighting isn't necessary. The Valentine's for us is not only in February. Anything you want, man, you can get it out of me. See, I just ask for loyalty, man. Show me that you down for me.
Yo. Welcome back to Baller Central. We got a solo pod today. Just time constraints and all. Let's see. Hold on. I just got to change some stuff real quick. So, yeah, I'm here to talk about some latest NBA stuff. We have a lot to recap today. The NBA All-Star break. Second half loading. Okay. So wait. Welcome back to Ball Central. We're live right now on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Solo pod today. We're recapping the All-Star weekend. I'm also going to be talking about second half outlook for each NBA teams and solos. I could just skim right through them and probably play like a game or two. But first, just a reminder, we're live right now on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, put notifications down below. Any support is appreciated. Thank you all for who have done it in the past, and thank you for anyone who does in the future. Anything is appreciated. Also, feel free to all our audio platforms on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and both Spotify's. Feel free to check out our YouTube gaming channel, Ball Central Gaming. We're going to go live there tomorrow around 7 to play some Madden to record an episode. So yeah, most of the episodes will now be live instead of recorded. Just to see, I just really want to try something out. So we'll see how it goes. So yeah, before we get into everything, also, with the expansion draft coming up, potentially adding new teams in Las Vegas and Seattle, a lot of people are talking about who would they keep on their roster. I think you have 8 protected people each for each roster. So I'm a Celtics fan, so here's who I would protect for the Celtics. First off, we just signed Delano Banton back this today, so that's interesting. I'm gonna go with Jaylen Brown 1, easy. Jason Tatum's 2, Vooch 3. Derek White 4, Peyton Pritchard 6. Let's say Peyton Pritchard 5. Let's see. I think you definitely got to keep Jordan Walsh 6. Now, who do we keep out of the rookies? I think you keep Hugo, has some potential, and then I'm either between Harper or Amari Williams. Honestly, I wish I can keep one of them and G League the other one, but I don't know how exactly the expansion draft works, though. So I really think Amari Williams can have a bright future in Boston. Ron Harper Jr. as well. So yeah, so I got Jaylen Brown, Hugo, Payne Pritchard, Tatum, Vooch, Walsh, White, and then if I had to choose, gun to my head, probably Hugo. I think we've seen more from Hugo this year than Amari Williams. So gun to my head, if I had to choose someone to keep for an expansion draft, it has to be Mr. What's his name? Hugo Gonzalez. And also for the other teams, it was supposed to be the Knicks as well, but honestly, if I was the Knicks as well, since the Knicks fans aren't here today, well, scheduling stuff, roster. Can I go to roster? NBA team. Knicks. Their roster, honestly, if I was the Knicks, OG you keep, McCall you keep, Brunson you keep, Josh Hart you keep, McBride you keep, Mitchell Robinson you keep, Cat you keep. I mean, honest, or if you want to get rid of his contract so you can have some financial flexibility, I wouldn't be upset at that. Then it'll probably be either Shamit or Alvarado. Probably Alvarado. They love him so far in New York, so probably Alvarado. So yeah, that means Jordan Clarkson will get the boot. Dadiet, Diawara, Hakporti, Jemison, Dylan Jones, Tyler Kolek, and Sohan. So yeah. So let's get over All-Star Weekend. Let's go over real quick. It was very, very good. It wasn't the best. It wasn't great, but it was good. It was solid. It was definitely better than last year by a long shot. So shout out. First up, let's go over the Rising Stars Challenge. I think this has been a great staple for the All-Star Weekend for the last 2-3 years, ever since they switched things up. But I would not be upset if they did do rookies versus sophomores again. Maybe rookies, sophomores in G Leagues or G League players or something like that. Because obviously there should be a thing with class pride and like the year you're in, and maybe they want to see who has a better class, with like talks of Cooper Flag being if he stayed one more year, would he be the best in the class? Yada yada. So honestly, I'm not mad with the Rising Star format. It showed a lot of effort. The championship game came down to free throws from VJ Edgecombe and MVP. So congrats to him. But yeah, this team was showcasing a lot of young talent. VJ Edgecombe, Matas Buzelis. Who else was on the roster? Who else balled out for the USA teams? Probably for Rising Stars team. Stephon Castle did his thing. Del Harper did his thing. Donovan Clingan did his thing with making shots. See who else? VJ Edgecombe MVP, well deserved. Let's see who else. Con Knuppel, Cam Spencer did his thing. Jalen Tyson, Khalil Ware, and for the G League team, Young Hansen, Mac McClung was playing in it. Ron Harper Jr. He didn't score anything, I believe, but he did decent. So yeah, it's always nice to showcase the younger talent and how how can they can be the future of the league. So I'm glad they got their moment. And for the celebrity game, it was hilarious in my opinion. Yeah, Taco Fall, who's like 30, did his thing, 2020 double-double. Obviously, he shouldn't be MVP because with him being 7'6" and him doing all that crazy shit, of course he's gonna have 2020 versus celebrities and retired, like actually retired players. So Team Giannis won. Keegan Michael Key was on the team. Rome Flynn won MVP again. Shams Charania made nothing. So yeah, they were roasting him online for not making anything. So yeah, he pretty much put the same number of actual trade Giannis reports. So yeah, Jenna Bandy, Jeremy Lin was there. Glorilla, Amon Ross Brown smoked some layups. Was hilarious. And yeah, Jason Williams did his thing, and also Keenan Allen. So yeah. Oh, Lysandra, how you doing? Thank you for tuning in. Just talk about the NBA real quick and All-Star Weekend. Let's see. Next up, the three-point contest. Now, this was another great year for the three-point contest. Another year the three-point contest is better than the dunk contest, like I've been saying for a while. Damian Lillard on a torn Achilles beat the following people. I believe it was he beat Devin Booker, who beat in the championship because D-Book had a chance to win, but he smoked the last rack. Con Knuppel, he did great in the first round, but flamed out in the second round. Dame won. Maxey did decent. Donovan Mitchell, Jamal Murray, Bobby Portis did ass, I believe, and then Norman Powell. So yeah, I think the final was Devin Booker, D. Lil, and Donovan Mitchell. So yeah, Dame has an argument to be the GOAT of this competition. I think he's won 3. Steph Curry won 2. So I think only one other person has 3 championships in this format, in this contest. So, but next year is going to be a movie for the three-point contest. Dame, Steph, Clay, KD, Book, and that's what Steph, Clay, Dame, KD, Book. That's 5. So you add 3 more. Con Knuppel should be in it again. I think he's one of the best shooters in the league already. Donovan Mitchell, and then whoever you want to be at the 8 spot. It could be a rookie. It could be Maxey again. But yeah, I think the 3-point contest, they're doing a lot. They're being a lot more active and doing other stuff than the dunkers. So shout out to the 3-point shooters for stepping up and helping carry All Star Weekend because the dunk contest has been eh. Next up, the Shooting Stars Challenge. The New York Knicks defeat team. I believe it was Team Cameron in the championship round. Yeah. So they beat Team All Star, which was Scotty Barnes, Richard Hamilton, and Chet Holmgren. They beat Team Cameron, who they beat in the finals. Con Knuckle, Corey Maggette, who still has a great half-court shot, and Jalen Johnson. And Team Harper, the family, Dylan Harper, Ron Harper Jr., and their dad, Ron Harper Sr. So yeah, this was just a good showcase of shooting. And also, it was an opportunity for current players to bond and just have fun with legends of their teams or their family, like what the Harpers did. So yeah, just a fun way of legends and or sorry, not legends because some of these guys aren't legends, but former players and current players to bond and have fun shooting, showcasing their shooting talent. So yeah, the team Cameron and team Knicks put on a show in the last round. They were shooting the lights out. So glad their shooting talents got showcased. So yeah, I think this was a good match as well, or good contest as well. The skills challenge after Wemby and Chris Paul got it canceled, I guess, or removed. But honestly, if they replaced this with a 2v2 or 1v1, I would be upset for the Shooting Stars. Even though it was solid, but people really want to see that 2v2 or 1v1. Jaylen Brown called out several players like Brunson, Cade, SGA, and Donovan Mitchell to be in it. And also, I believe NBC on Peacock has been pushing for a 2v2 or 1v1 tournament as well. So maybe we can get it this year, next year, or the year after. But hopefully, it's finally in the works, like some actual. It can actually tread some actual weight on it. So fingers crossed. Next up, Kashad Johnson was the dunk contest. Yeah, Jackson Hayes. Someone made it as a joke that he was banned from the dunk contest because he didn't really do anything. I wouldn't be mad if he did, personally. But yeah, Carter Bryant made the finals along with Kashad Johnson. Kashad Johnson was basically emoting after every dunk. He had some decent dunks. I believe was he the one that dunked over E40? He might have been the one that dunked over E40, but yeah, it was solid dunks. But I think he tried to emote after every dunk just to add some a little pizzazz to try to spam the emotes to get the crowd hyped. But yeah, I think Carter Bryant, he had a perfect shot to win this dunk contest, but he could not make a buck. He could not make a bucket or dunk in his last attempt, and choked it away. So yeah, Kashad Johnson, well earned. But the thing with the dunk contest is there could be a good amount of reasons why it hasn't been as successful as it's been in the past years. One, Mac McClung denied it again. Well, Mac McClung denied it and is retired from it. So he's a 3-time champ. He didn't want to be a 4-time champ, and then just to rub salt in the wound, he showed his would have been dunks if he was in the contest, and all 4 dunks was better than anything we saw that night. So yeah, he pretty much said, "I know I could win every year. I just want to do it every year because that's gonna be boring, just me winning every year." So yeah, he probably is the dunk contest GOAT, Mac McClung, potentially. B, it's going to be tough to wow fans and judges when we've seen a lot of variations of different dunks, whether it's free throw lines, whether it's windmills, 360s, legs in between the legs. We've seen different variations of other stuff, so it's going to be tough to see something new, something fresh. And also, there's literally a show called Dunk Master on TBS that's been airing for a while now. We've seen crazier dunks on that show than the dunk contest in recent years. So not only do they have to try to live up to expectations from previous dunk contests, but they also have to try to match the creativity and the athleticism of professional dunkers who dunk for a living. So very, very tough. And maybe it just needs a break. Maybe you cancel it, you put in a 1v1 or 2v2 contest, and then bring it back to try to in a couple years down the road to try to get people excited for it again. So maybe it's one of the things where you don't really miss it until it's gone type of things. So maybe if you don't see people dunk in a while, maybe if you see them do some dunks that we haven't seen in a minute, maybe they could get excited about it again. So yeah, honestly, personally, I would love to see two NBA players, one dunk pro dunker, and maybe like 3 NBA players and 1 pro dunker. But yeah, and also I don't think the problem is big names in the dunk contest because let's be honest, even the big names will probably put off the same dunks if they have like a decent level of athleticism and hops. So if we have the big names, like Giannis or others, if they have the potential to do greater dunks, so be it. But I feel like we're going to see. Oh, we can only see a certain amount of dunks that we haven't seen that will really shock us. Stuff like dunks from Mac McClung and his mentor, Mr. Jordan Kilgannon. So if we're not seeing those dunks, I feel like people are gonna be let down, even if it's big names. So we'll see from that. But nonetheless, congrats to Kashad Johnson, well deserved. Hopefully they can find a fix for it, or at least give it a couple years breaks for the dunk contest. Next up, the All Star game was on Sunday. The young Team USA, the old Team USA, and the world international players, SGA, Jokic, and Luka Doncic. Well, SGA was actually hurt, but Luka Doncic and Nikola Jokic once again put in no effort. They basically put in the same effort that Ant Edwards did last year, but Ant Edwards actually called them out this year for their efforts of this All Star game, so it's kind of funny. But yeah, Ant Edwards went off in front of Obama and everyone else. Uh, the older USA team was on a roll, but they played 3 straight games, so they were pretty much gassed in the championship, which means the young guns, the one who had more stamina and energy, took advantage of it and became the champions. Yeah, Team World. I know if Wemby, I know after those losses, Wemby, because they didn't win a single game on Sunday. I know Wemby is probably fuming right now because he's a competitor, and he said he wants to be competitive during All Star Weekend. If I'm him, I would be pissed as well. You have 3 of the top 5 or 6 players in the league on your team with SGA, Luka, and Jokic, and only one with an excuse is SGA because he was actually hurt, so obviously he couldn't play in it. But with Luka and Jokic being the some of the top premier players in the league, and let's be honest, if Jokic and Luka were actually trying with Wemby, I think it would have been scary hours for both Team USAs. I'm not gonna lie to you. Personally, if team is also this is if man talking here. Obviously, if man. Uh, if Team World was fully healthy with SGA, Jokic, Luka, and Wemby, yeah, it would have been scary hours for both Team USAs. If the Luka and Jokic actually tried, and SGA wasn't hurt, it would have been scary hours. But nonetheless, congrats to Ant Edwards, well deserved W and MVP. So he balled out. He balled out all 3 or 4 of the games, and hopefully this has been a nice. This was a nice concept, but due to but from last year, everyone got a lot of complaints from it, including myself. Just because of all the social media bullshit, there was a 3-point contest with Mr. Beast. There was like unnecessary segments. This year, they cut it down to like an interview with Obama and like a Jason Tatum trailer for when he comes back from injury, and just hoops. We actually saw them just hooping, which it should be no extra bullshit shenanigans, just hooping 4 12-minute games. They did their thing. It was entertaining. It was competitive. The only reason why it wasn't competitive for the championship game because the older guys were gassed out. So yeah, but nonetheless, they showed effort and it was fun and competitive to watch. So I'm glad they're able to do this, but we got to see this at least every year. Obviously, we don't need you guys to be a 100% competitive. Don't treat it like an NBA Finals, obviously, but show some effort, make it fun, make it watchable. That's all we ask for, personally. So that is the All-Star break talk. What else? So next up, we're going to look at the second half for each team. We're going to look at, personally, let's go with the East, because I think the East have a lot more trouble. Let's go with the Washington Wizards. I don't want to say tank because we saw the Jazz and Pacers obviously get fined $100K for the Pacers and $500K for the Jazz for tanking. But let's be honest, Trae Young probably won't be. I think he'll come back like late, but I think they'll probably use him sparingly so he doesn't get re-injured and all because he hasn't played many games this year. So and also Anthony Davis, I'm pretty sure will be shut down for the rest of the year as well. Just use this as a development year for your youngins, Alex Sark, Kaishan, George, and others. So yeah, hopefully you guys don't get screwed out of a top pick yet again because of the lottery. But yeah, this is pretty much a development year for Alex Sarr, Kaishan George, Trey Johnson, Bub Carrington, Balak Coulibaly. Yeah, this is pretty much let the young guys play the season out, let them get their feet wet with the NBA. That's pretty much it. Next up, the Pacers. Yeah, they've been having a IR season, and honestly, they got Zubac, which is a huge W at the deadline. I think that'll be a move that will pay off in dividends in the future, especially with him and pick and roll and other stuff. But yeah, they could be banking on a very good pick as well, top 5 or top 10 depending on how the season plays out. But yeah, with no Hallie and you got a bunch of injured people on the roster, just hoop. Don't tank, please, because you're gonna get fined again, and even worse, might get fined as much as the Jazz. So basically, just hoop. There's nothing much you can do. The same with the Nets. Uh, they have one of the worst rosters in the league. They're just playing for ping pong balls at this point. So we will see how that goes. And also, MPJ didn't get traded, shockingly. There's rumors of him going to Golden State and the trade deadline, so maybe he gets moved in the offseason. So yeah, just let your young guys, Igor Denham and other people shine and see what happens. Let's see. Next up, the Bucks. Yeah, this is pretty much what Giannis can do. Well, what will Giannis' future be? Honestly, I think they can make the playoffs. I think they'll be a low seed, but I think they'll be able to fight their way back once Giannis comes back. They'll be a playing team or a low seed for the playoffs, but I think with Giannis, it'll be very disappointing if they do miss the playoffs if and when Giannis comes back in a decent amount of time. So we'll see. And then the Bulls playing. I think they'll either make the play-in or they'll be literally the first team to miss the play-in because they'll be the first team outside and playing. I think they'll be at the 9 to 11 mark. They'll either barely get in or barely miss it. So, yeah, you have Giddy, you have others. So we will see how that goes personally. Sengun really has 1 rebound. That's crazy. He is struggling this year. Good Lord. Let's see. What else? 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 Up next, the Atlanta Hawks. Hopefully you can get more out of Ricochet this year or Zachary Risache, how you say his name, because as a former #1 draft pick, he needs to be developing better. So I think there'll be a play-in team. I think this will be an actual team that gets in the play-in. I think the Hornets do take the Bulls spot this year in the play-in between the Heat, Hawks, and Bulls. I'm gonna be honest with you; they have been nice, but it all depends on the trouble of LaMelo Ball and the accident he just got into with his car. So we'll see. But yeah, for the Hawks, you got rid of Trae Young. I think they're gonna have plenty of cap space to make moves. So honestly, yeah, you have Okongwu, you have other people that can do different things. Brandon Miller has 1, out of which yeah, GG's. Yep. So yeah. For the Hawks, what was I gonna say for the Hawks? Yeah, let Jalen Johnson continue to develop. Hopefully, he can get better defensively. He does a little bit of everything on the court. Points, rebounds. He could be a triple double monster, but he just needs to get better defensively, in my opinion. CJ McCollum, he'll probably be down an expiring contract. Tyson Daniels, he has been struggling this year offensively, and after signing that really big extension or getting paid, yeah, I don't being just a good defensive player with that contract is good enough. He needs to start making threes because he's been abysmal from 3 this year. So yeah, he needs to get better offensively. But yeah, Nikhil Alexander Walker has been decent. McCollum's probably on an expiring contract. Okongwu, and yeah, so it pretty much relies on Risasher and Jalen Johnson. Next up, the Charlotte Hornets. They have been pretty good this year as a surprise, but it all depends on what punishment the NBA or the cops or the actual law will give LaMelo Ball for his recent fender bender or recent car incident. So if he's gone, I mean, hopefully Concanapple, Bridges, and others can carry, but it's been a very, very delightful surprise for the Charlotte Hornets this year. So hopefully they continue hooping. Next up, Miami Heat. Play Kawhi more, please. He has been a bright spot for this team, and he had in limited minutes, but he should be getting more minutes because let's be honest, they're going to be a playing team. They're probably going to get bounced in the first round. Powell deserves to be an All-Star, so he played well. But yeah, Hero's been hurt. Bam Adebayo's been up and down. But yeah, this is just basically Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero, and Powell. I don't think they could do anything. So we'll see what happens though. For the Orlando Magic, yeah, Paulo Banchero and has been struggling. I think he needs to improve or develop properly if they want to be taken seriously as a playoff team. So yeah, I don't have much hope for the Magic. I think they're a first round team depending on the matchup. If it's the Celtics, like as projected right now, possibly. It depends if Jason Tatum comes back or not. But I still think they will go like a 6 or 7 game series. But we'll see. Yeah, but yeah, Paul needs to develop the jumper more. He needs to be more efficient shooting jump shots. And yeah, you're the star player. You have to hold yourself to a higher standard. So we'll see. Next up, the Sixers are sixth place. Uh, honestly, Embiid in limited minutes and limited games has been hooping like 30 balls, double doubles, etc. BJ Edgecombe has been a Rookie of the Year candidate. Maxey has been balling out, but it all depends on how healthy you will be when come playoff time. Will Embiid actually be there? Because yeah, he's been banged up a lot. He's played 31 games this year so far, but I don't think they'll make too much noise. I think they'll be a first round knockout or maybe second round knockout depending on what matchup it is. But yeah, I think with Maxey and VJ Edgecombe, I think the future could be bright in Philly if they do, when they do, especially hopefully move on from Paul George and Embiid. So hopefully. Next up, the Raptors. Yeah, they've been a pleasant surprise as well. The Toronto team, Brandon Ingram, All Star, Scotty Barnes, All Star. Yeah, they could have some nice things going, but obviously they have a logjam at forward. They have a lot of forwards and big, so I think they need to get some quality guards if they want to be a solid playoff contender. So we'll see. But I do like how they've been hooping this year. They've been a nice surprise, and obviously it's a weak East, so we're going to see some surprises this year from the East. Like the Raptors being the fifth seed, or the actually no, the Heat, Hornets, Hawks, and Bulls are where they have, or like surprisingly the Bucks have been the 12th seed. So yeah. Next up, the top four teams in the East, the Cavaliers. They started off the season slow. They're like ninth or 10th in the East because they're struggling. But once they traded away Darius Garland, I think in the process of trading away Darius Garland, they got their step up. And with Harden being the system and the playmaker he is, Jared Allen has looked a lot better than he has in the season. So Harden is definitely upgraded for Garland, but I am worried about him come playoff time because he's been known to disappear in the playoffs, especially in Game 7. So but I do see them as potentially Eastern Conference Finals appearance. And another team I have potentially making it to the Eastern Conference Finals is the Knicks. They had that dreadful run where they're like what 2-10 or like 3-10, 3-7 in the last 10 games. They were struggling, but once Giannis rumors came up, they started hooping and they strung along some W. So yeah, I think with them, I think their biggest weakness might be defense. So if they can play defense consistently and as a team, they're 8-2 in their last 10, so they've been playing a lot better than before the trade deadline. So if they can actually like defend and hold defense and hold offenses to have them be honest, because I don't think they're like one of the best teams in the league defensively, but they do have good defenders individually. OG and Anunoby, Josh Hart, Jose Alvarado. So yeah, they just got to play defense as a team. Next up, my Celtics. And yeah, if you told me they would be second at All-Star break, I would think you're crazy. So yeah, they're second at All-Star break right now, 35-19. They're playing the Warriors tonight, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, it's absolutely bonkers that a team that lost Drew Holiday, a team that lost Kristaps Porzingis, a team that lost Luke Cornett, a team that lost who was it? They lost Luke Cornett, they lost Drew Holiday, lost Porzingis. A team that lost Jason Tatum to injury. Them being second with with Jaylen Brown being an MVP candidate because he's been hooping his ass off and the new role he was given this year, I think that's a huge plus, and we're pretty much playing with house money right now. Do I expect us to do much in the playoffs? It all depends if JT comes back. But honestly, this is not a competitive championship roster as of yet. Vooch added at the deadline is a nice touch, but they definitely need more seasoned veteran players. Uh, Maybe the young guys could develop one more year and they might be ready. But yeah, they do need more big man depth. They do need a solid 3-and-D player for the wing because I think Sam Hauser, he's been up and down. He's been iffy. So we'll see about that. But yeah, I need 4 more rebounds. Thank you. So yeah, I think they could be a potential second round playoff team, depending on the first round matchup. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they lost in the first round, depending on matchup. And Jason Tatum's not there. Even with Jason Tatum, I know Jason Tatum and JB are all pro or not like all NBA players, but the depth behind them, I'm not 100% sold on it. Yes, I mean, they've been proving a lot of people wrong as of late, but the second half, the most important season where teams are actually going to try now, is starting today. So we'll see how they respond. But always, I'm going to be rooting for my guys regardless. So whoever they face, I'm going to pick them to win the series no matter what. Even though I don't think this team is a championship contender in this year. People thought it was going to be a skip year anyway. So we're playing with free money right now. And the Pistons, they've been hooping, especially against the West. They're 8-2 in their last 10. They're the number 1 team in the East, so they've been having a great season so far. They're the best team in the East right now, and it's pretty much what can they do in the playoffs? Cade Cunningham has been having an MVP like year, but I do think they need a second reliable scorer on that team. Jalen Duren, I think, is the second highest ranked scorer, but he's more of a protect the paint old school big. So I don't think Jalen Duren is your second scorer, honestly. So I think they do need a second scorer if they want to be taken more seriously as a team. But they are one of the top teams in the league. But of course, with being a top team in the East, it all depends. What can you do if you make it to the NBA Finals versus the West? That's going to be a big question, especially with how weak the East has been compared to the West. So honestly, we'll see. So let's zoom past the West real quick. The Kings, yeah, it looks like they're tanking, but they're actually trying. So, Ansel Sabonis is out for the year now with the injury. So now they have an excuse to even lose more games to try to get a good pick. So they're probably in tank season. The Pelicans, same thing with them. Even though they've been mostly healthy, I believe Zion has been in and out of the lineup, but at least you have a bright spot with Trey Murphy and Derek Queen. So, yeah, we'll see. Also, Steph Curry will meet 65 game minimum. Yep. Also, yeah, this 65 minimum thing is killing a lot of players as well. LeBron, Curry, it could potentially kill Jokic, Luka, and others. The Jazz, it's clear what they're doing. They're tanking, but they're doing a bad job trying to hide it. They already got fined $500,000, so no one's expecting big things from them. But Keontae George has been hooping. Lauri Markkanen, they just announced Jaren Jackson is out for the year with surgery. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. Dallas Mavericks is pretty much – Kyrie Irving is also out for the year. He won't be coming back due to his injury from last year, so he'll probably spend the year recovering. Same thing. Let Cooper Flag develop. Let him get his year in of the NBA before you actually start building around him. Because I think half of this roster is going to be different when they actually want to compete and contend for a title. And who knows? Hopefully Mark Cuban can buy it back because the new ownership, is shaky. Shaky. So, yeah, I think they're going to let Cooper Flag just enjoy his year in the NBA. No serious, no serious expectations. So just hoop. Next up, the Memphis Grizzlies. They traded away Jaren Jackson, but they didn't trade away John Morant. I think that he might be moved in the offseason, so they could be on the tank as well. But I do think they'll be fighting for that play-in spot potentially. I don't know. There was 5 or 6 games behind the Clippers. I don't know if the Clippers will choke that much, especially with losing James Harden and losing Zubac. So maybe these two teams can flip. But they still have Kawhi Leonard. They still have Darius Garland when he comes back from his injury, hopefully. So I trust the Clippers team more than the Grizzlies team. So, yeah, I think the Grizzlies won't be doing much. For the Clippers, I think there'll be a play-in team, but I think they'll either get bounced in the play-in or there'll be a low seed and get bounced out in the playoffs. Yeah, I think with them trading away Harden and Zubac, I think you're basically you're waving the white flag at this point because they were actually hooping with those guys. So I don't know if it's like a sacrifice to get a better pick, but yeah, just win some games so OKC doesn't give a good pick. Please and thank you. Next up, the Trailblazers. Ever since Chauncey Billups was bounced or like suspended for the whole poker game thing, Thiago Splitter has been running this team pretty well. Denny Advia All-Star, Tumani Kamara, and others have been hooping. I think they'll definitely be a playing team. I actually got them making the playoffs, to be honest. All they have to do is be better than the Suns or Warriors, and with Steph and Jimmy being out, I think the Blazers take that playoff spot from the Warriors. And so I think the Suns pretty much get in too. I think your bottom two will probably be the Suns and the Blazers, I hope. Just because the Warriors, I think they're cooked, personally. No Jimmy Butler and stuff is going to miss like 5 or 6 more games. And then the Clippers, obviously. So, yeah. Shout out to the Blazers. They've been a nice surprise as well as the Hornets this year. Next up, we got the Warriors. Yeah. So, Jimmy Butler tore his ACL. Steph Curry is set to miss 5 or 6 more games. So, they'll probably be without Steph for probably a run where they needed him. They're 4-6 in their last 10. They lost their last game. They're 29-26. They're about 2 or 3 games ahead of the Trailblazers. So during this Steph absence, I expect the Blazers to jump them. So honestly, yeah, I just think it's a wrap up year for the Warriors. There's not much you can do. This roster isn't competitive. They traded for Kristaps Porzingis, who knows when he'll play again with his injuries, and with no Jimmy Butler, that secondary scorer is going to be maybe Porzingis, but obviously health is a big factor with him. So we'll see. Next up, the Suns. They're flying under the radar this year. I personally didn't have them being in the playoffs just because of Kevin Durant leaving, but also I did not expect Dylan Brooks to be this good this year. So props to him. And yeah, just keep hooping. They're playing with minimum expectations right now, and they're a 7th seed in the West, a very, very tough West. So yeah, they deserve a lot of credit for hooping out this year. Next up, the Minnesota Timberwolves. Ant should be feeling very good after the All-Star game, MVP and all, hooped in front of Obama. Now it's time to lock in and see what you can do against this stacked West. So it looks like they're matching up with the Nuggets, which Ant versus Jokic will always be a great matchup in the playoffs. So we'll see. I think Julius Randle has been good this year. Naz Reid as well. Rudy Gobert, defensive anchor, and Edwards only going up. So yeah, they're always projected to be like a top 6 team in the West. So we'll see how they finish. The Lakers, I think the Lakers will be struggling this year. Austin Reeves is come back from injury. I think Luka Doncic as well. So I think they might get jumped by the Timberwolves. But we'll see. Maybe the Rockets fall down a couple spots too. If we can get Lakers versus Timberwolves again, that would be hilarious. Just because we know how it ended last year. So we'll see. But as for the Lakers, I do think they do not have a championship roster. They are not. They're championship contenders. They're championship pretenders. Ayton, I don't think he'll show up in the biggest moments when they need to in the playoffs. Luka will struggle on defense. He'll put up 30, but he'll probably give up 30 in return. I think the defense is going to be this team's downfall unless they make massive changes in the offseason. So, yeah, as expected, I don't think the Lakers will do much in the playoffs. They could be first rounded or second rounded, personally, but yeah, we'll see. And also, I don't know if LeBron will finish the year with the Lakers next year, so we'll see what LeBron does. But if LeBron leaves and you have Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic as your main guys, your best 2 players, it's going to be just cones and cones against the Lakers. So good luck with that, LA. Next up, the Rockets. Sengun has been struggling mightily this year, and with Kevin Durant with the burners leaking, it's going to be very interesting to see how they handle things. It's going to be very interesting how they handle things. But we'll see. I think Kevin Durant should have said it with his chest personally. So now I don't know how tight that locker room is now. But yeah, Sengun has been very disappointing this year. I thought he used to take a leap with Kevin Durant being his teammate and all. They have a better scorer than Jalen Green, but they're still having offensive problems because Kevin Durant is trying to bail out a bunch of young guns. So yeah, if they want to make the playoff push, granted they still are the top 4 team in the West, so they're doing good. But I think they could be doing a lot better. if they are a top 4 team in the West with Sengun and the offense struggling, just imagine once they're firing all cylinders. They can definitely be probably they're only 2 games behind the Nuggets. They could definitely be 3, maybe 2 if they try. Denver, Aaron Gordon will be out 4 to 6 weeks, I believe. So my main thing for them is just to get healthy. This can be a championship team when healthy, but they just got to get healthy. They just got back Jokic. Christian Braun is back. Aaron Gordon is vital for them, so he needs to get back ASAP. But yeah, if you have Jokic, you have Jamal Murray, you have one of the best teams in the league. You just got to be healthy, pretty much. Spurs, they've been hooping. Wemby has been leading the charge with his play and the traditions after the game. So yeah, keep doing what they're doing. And for the Thunder, pretty easy. Just keep hooping. Obviously, the expectations of 73-9, the Warriors record, is not going to happen. They already got 14 losses, so that's out the window. So now with that distraction out the way, just keep playing your brand of basketball, keep blowing teams out. So you're sitting in the fourth quarter, and who knows? Maybe at the end of the year, you'll be raising You'll be raising the Larry O'Brien once again, since they still should be favorites for the NBA Finals and NBA champions just because they've been that good. But we'll see how they operate without SGA for a little while longer, because I think he has 1 more week left in his recovery. So once they're back at full health, they should be the best team in the NBA once again. So that is the second half outlook for the NBA. Before we head out, I'm going to do a little game for NBA connections. Basically, 4 groups of 4 have stuff in common, and I got to figure out what they have in common. So yeah, let's get into it. We have Danny Ainge. He's a former Celtic. So we have Luke Cornett, Isaiah Thomas, Donovan Mitchell, Kevin Knox. Wow. RJ Barrett, DeMarre Carroll, Danny Ainge, Fry, Garland, Porzingis, Kevin McHale, Luke Kennard, Tatum, Kerr, Adebayo, and Nesmith. So I'm going to go with Luke Cornett, Danny Ainge, Aaron Nesmith, and who else? I think it's former Celtics, right? Kevin McHale? No. Maybe it's current Celtics. Bang. Celtics players? No. Luke Cornett. Maybe Celtics right here? Huh. Maybe the year? Maybe the old heads? There you go. Player, coach, executive. Oh, wow. Okay. Player, coach, executive, as a Thomas, Danny Ainge, Cap. Okay, that works. So next up, we're going to go with Duke. Who else played for Duke? Not much play for Duke. Did Nesmith play for Duke? No. Garland played for Duke? No. Tanner Fry played for Duke, did he? Went away. Luke Cornett. So it's Channing Fry. Maybe Cavs? Former Cavs? Former Celtics, maybe? Boo, boo, boo. Who else? Duke. Who else played for Duke? Luke Kennard. I think Luke Kennard played for Duke. No? Nesmith. Bam. No. Porzingis, no, he was Latvia. Garland. No. No. Donovan Mitchell? No. Huh. Let's go boom, boom, boom. Big men? No. Let's go. Because we have Tatum here. Who else went to Duke? No, probably not Duke then. Former Celtics, maybe? Was Kevin Knox a Celtic? No. Fry, maybe? No. Cavs players, maybe? No. No. Draft class, Knox, boom, boom. Garland? No. Bam? No. Kennard? DeMar Carroll. Maybe Hawks? Former Hawks? Kennard. Porzingis. No. Maybe Channing Frye? Cornette? No. Garland, Mitchell, Bang. Who else was a Cav? RJ Barrett, maybe former teammates? I'm going to go to hints. Small hints. Luke Kennard and Jason Tatum. No. No. One away. So it's Bam. So Kennard, Bam, and Tatum. Knox? No. Barrett? No. Spida? 2017 NBA draft. Okay, I was thinking draft, but I was thinking, okay. Next up, we got, let's go big men, maybe? Carroll? Okay, maybe former Hawks players? Boom, boom. No. So you got Channing Frye, boom, boom, and Knox? One away. Next lottery picks. Okay, and then Cornette, boom, boom. What's this one? Vanderbilt? Oh, yeah, I have no clue these guys with the Vanderbilt. So, yeah, player, coach, executive, NBA draft, next lottery pick, and Vanderbilt University. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, there we go. So, yeah, that is the NBA pod for today, solo pod. Next week, we'll be talking more NBA, basically just to recap everything that happened throughout the first week of the second half of the NBA. That's now it's back. So, yeah. I'm excited to see what the second half has in store for the NBA. There's a lot to talk about, especially with the playoffs looming. Fantasy basketball is almost over. So, yeah. If you're watching the recap or listening, let me know down below. Who's your favorite team and what goals you have for your favorite team for the second half of the year. Those tuning in, thank you, Lysandra, for tuning in. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, thank you for showing support. Make sure you like and comment down below, subscribe, put a notification so you know when we upload. Feel free to check out all the audio platforms if you love to listen down below when you're scrolling by. Google, Apple, and both Spotify's. Check out our Twitch and YouTube gaming channel, Ball Central Gaming, for gaming content. I'll be live tomorrow on Ball Central Gaming on YouTube to film the NFL video. So, hey, with that being said, enjoy y'all night, and we'll see y'all next time. And we are out. Deuces.
He's a producer.
Hey. Look, they say good days are coming soon. I'm just tired of waiting. And tears falling in my prayers. I've been crying for patience. I'm scarred. I gotta live the rest of my life with abrasions. You can't convince me that time isn't wasting. I feel like Hamilton the way I've been writing these pages. So you can call me, but you best be on time with the payments. So you can turn this off if you don't like what I'm saying. Or if these lines too basic. Just know my life getting crazy. Times is getting harder, that could really spark an artist. And I ain't giving up for nothing, I just try my hardest. I say a prayer for the ones departed. A cold world, I just want to show how pure my heart is. But I see the comments, stories going around about the kid, but I'm so timeless, bad energy can't get to me. I'm the reason why we like this, allegedly. But once I see the best from you, that's when you get the best from me. I'm here for your elevation, success ain't a destination. Ain't looking for reparations, ain't looking for no type of savings. Stack up the rest of my savings, can't get no rest in the basement. Can't even lie to you, baby, time that we spent was amazing. And I ain't trying to replace you, for you my mind is still racing. I lost a step, but I'm coming back. I used to put my heart all on display, but I'm done with that. Tired of these bonds that pop easier than bubble wrap. In my notes, like a group of sick, you see a bunch of rap. In the studio, I box the beat, is just a punching bag. And for the guys, let them know I love them back. For all of y'all endeavors, I'm wishing you good luck on that. Shout out Q for the beat. This one a groove for the streets. You say you down with me, baby. You gotta prove it to me.